It's Wednesday, April 3. In the headlines, the Bank of Jamaica says new service regulations for ATMs are out now. In business news, Supreme Ventures Limited announces decrease in total gaming income. Regionally, regional security chiefs discuss growing threat of deep fakes. And in sports, Jamaican athlete slapped with a 2-year ban. This is the news on PBC Jamaica. I'm Simone Absalom Gale. The Bank of Jamaica has issued new service standards as guidelines for the operation of automated banking machines or ATMs by deposit-taking institutions, which are regulated by the central bank. The new standards, which were issued on April 2, addresses the availability of cash, infrastructure maintenance, and the management of service disruption, ABM fees and charges, the deployment of machines, accessibility and ease of use, fraud minimization, the safety and security of customers, and financial education of ABM users. The National Housing Trust and the Heart NSTA Trust will be working together to improve the skills of contractors and laborers. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says housing scheme completions are faced with several challenges such as contractor delays, supplies, quality assurance issues and approval delays, and a shortage of labor. That's where the NHT Heart NSTA Trust job training comes in.
The NHT will provide the opportunity for their whole participants to develop their skills and experience and become certified in construction. So the NHT will build out this program in partnership with Heart Trust NSTA by creating an on-the-job training environment with their development partners at his Heart in provision of, and they will give them small tools and equipment.
He says these participants will be certified in construction and project management within 2 years.
The NHT will also expand its scholarship program to provide tuition at a maximum of $1 million per annum per student for up to 10 students at the tertiary level, pursuing careers in civil engineering, construction management, construction technology, architecture, urban planning, and building technologies and other related fields.
Mr. Holness describes the program as significant because of reported challenges in finding the technical skills and finding the labor in the construction area. Mr. Holness notes that the NHT continues to find innovative ways to increase access and affordability of housing for contributors. He was speaking at the annual budget debate in the last sitting of the lower house. The use of technology not only benefits students, but will also help educators stay current with digital advancements in education. Those were the thoughts of Education Minister Vivial Williams as she spoke of the importance of empowering teachers with technology. Danita Rodney tells us more.
Speaking to students, teachers, and administrators at the Money College last week, Education Minister Vivial Williams emphasized the critical need for teachers to have access to laptops and other technological devices, and that it is a high priority for the ministry to integrate technology into all classrooms across the country in the quickest time possible. Minister Williams said that in today's digital age, it is essential for educators to be equipped with the necessary tools to enhance the learning experience for students, and it is against this background that the government is committed to giving educators access to technological devices to foster a 21st century learning experience for all students in Jamaica. Mrs. Williams underscored that technology plays a vital role in modern education, enabling teachers to deliver more interactive and engaging lessons, adding that by providing teachers with laptops and other technological devices, they can better incorporate multimedia elements, online resources, and interactive activities into their teaching methods. Reporting for the news on PBCJ, I'm Danita Rodney.
Leonard Francis is now at the helm of the National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA. He officially took over as Chief Executive Officer on April 2, following the retirement of Peter Knight on March 31. NEPA notes in a release that Mr. Francis brings over 2 decades of experience in environment and planning to the role. His journey with NEPA began in the Spatial Planning Division, where he served as director, showcasing his aptitude for leadership and strategic planning. The National Water Commission will be carrying out scheduled network testing activities in some sections of Portmore. The affected areas include sections along Carnation Drive, intersections of Excelsior Avenue and Jermyn Road along Mayflower Drive, Hamilton Gardens, Southborough, Bridgeport, Westmead, Garveymead, and Westport. NWC says in an advisory that the works will be carried out between Wednesday, April 3, 2024 and Friday, April 5, 2024. Customers are likely to experience low pressure or no water conditions and are being encouraged to store water for use during the period. In the business report, the global launch for the 10th biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference will take place on Thursday, April 4, beginning at 10 a.m. at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade in Kingston. Persons can view the event, which will be streamed live on the ministry's website and on the Jamaica Information YouTube channel. The 4-day event will take place at the Montego Bay Convention Center in St. James from June 16 to June 19 under the theme United for Jamaica's Transformation, Fostering Peace, Productivity and Youth Empowerment. It will be the first in-person conference since the COVID-19 pandemic. Supreme Ventures Limited, for the 12 months ended December 31, 2023, reported a 2% decrease in total gaming income from $50.77 billion in 2022 to $49.90 billion in 2023. Revenue from non-fixed odd wagering games, horse racing, and PIN codes increased 2% to $30.01 billion compared to a 2022 performance of $29.47 billion. Income from fixed odd wagering games, net prizes decreased 7% to $19.90 billion compared to 2022 performance of $21.30 billion. That said, profit attributable to shareholders for the 12 months decreased 20% to $2.42 billion compared to the 2022 performance of $3.04 billion. Denise Williams will now give us an update on trading and other market movements.
During trading on April 2, 2024, the top 3 advancing stocks covered the health, auto, distribution and finance sectors on the Jamaica Stock Exchange. G West Corporation Limited shares advanced 25.74% for a 26-cent price increase to close at $1.27 with 47,858 shares traded. Jetcon Corporation Limited shares advanced 12.79% for an 11-cent price increase to close at 97 cents with 514 shares traded. Epley Limited shares advanced 12.26% for a $4.25 price increase to close at $38.91 with 472 shares traded. On the declining stocks that traders experienced on April 2, 2024, the top 3 losers covered the finance and air conditioning distribution sectors. Cygnus Real Estate Finance US dollar shares declined by 18.45% for a 2-cent decline to close at US 9 cents with 40,852 shares traded. Cygnus Credit Investments Limited US dollar shares also declined by 18.37% for a US 2-cent price drop to close at US 7 cents with 62,162 shares traded. CAC 2000 Limited declined by 15.11% for a 68-cent shaving price to close at $3.82 with 1,200 shares traded. Over on the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange, trading on April 2, 2024, registered a volume of 367,516 shares crossing the floor of the exchange, valued at Trinidad and Tobago $1,590,451.30. JMMB Group Limited was the volume leader, with 173,981 shares changing hands for a value of TT $262,719.41, followed by Grace Kennedy Limited with a volume of 120,000 shares being traded for TT $488,919. Calypso Macro Index Fund was the only active security on the mutual fund market, posting a volume of 5,000 shares valued at TT $113,028.95. Moving from the money moves of investors, executives, and companies, we turn to the Forex market. On March 28, 2024, the Bank of Jamaica reported that US $29.6 million was bought from Forex traders, while US $35.3 million was sold to Forex traders. Buying directly from the Bank of Jamaica, foreign currency traders sold the US dollar for $154.97 and bought the US dollar for $152.93. The difference between the buy and sell rate was $2.04, which represents a profit for Forex traders for every US dollar traded. Canadian Forex traders earned a trading profit of $5.20 from transactions with the Bank of Jamaica. The Canadian dollar was sold at $115.81 and bought for $110.61. For traders looking at the British pound, they pocketed a profit of $4.85, selling it for $196.42 and buying it for $191.57. For our credit report tip of the day, if you face challenges borrowing to meet everyday needs in a low-wage scenario, we have another suggestion. Focus on your debt repayment planning. Strategically address outstanding debts by developing a repayment plan tailored to your specific financial situation. Prioritize paying off accounts and collections or those with the highest impact on your credit score. As you chip away at your debt, your credit report will reflect positive changes, bolstering your overall score. And with that, we wrap up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams.
In regional news from Antigua and Barbuda. The region's security chiefs are discussing how to prepare for any threats from the unscrupulous use of artificial intelligence. Concerns have been mounting as the use of AI to create deepfakes is eroding trust in the digital era. Jamie J. Rocher reports.
The rise of artificial intelligence has cast a double-edged sword across the Caribbean skies. Innovation on one side, deception on the other. At the heart of this digital dilemma, deepfake technology that can twist reality, affecting everything from personal privacy to national security. At the same time, Antigua and Barbuda Defense Force Chief Colonel Talbot Benjamin says AI can be a formidable ally in strengthening peace and responding to threats.
The illicit use of AI has significant or would have significant impacts on not only security forces but the people of our region as well. And so we are now looking at creative ways that we can address this issue without stymieing the development of AI.
Colonel Benjamin's concerns reflect a growing unease as deepfakes become more convincing and accessible.
We have seen it in recent times where the technology is being manipulated and images and voices are being utilized in a manner that is not reflective or is not a true reflection of the individuals that are being utilized. And so this has potential risk of harming not only individuals but potentially countries.
Identifying these forgeries is just the beginning. Colonel Benjamin emphasizes the need for regulation, which tends to lag behind innovation.
There's a slow uptake in terms of regulating much of what happens in the technological sphere. A very limited uptake in terms of internet, very limited uptake in terms of cyber security, very limited uptake in terms of AI to date. So though it is a current thing, it is an old thing that is here, and we are now seeing how intrusive it can be. And I dare say there's much more to come.
As technology evolves, so too must the laws and ethical standards that govern it. He says action is being taken, and the information from the security chiefs meeting is being passed on to government officials tasked with formulating strategies to combat this threat. As the Caribbean braces for the impact of deepfakes, the delicate balance between technological growth and security remains a top priority. The hope is to foster an environment where AI can thrive while reinforcing peace and security across the region. Jamie J. Roche, ABS News.
In light of the current societal breakdown taking place in Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago will continue to render assistance where necessary. This from Minister of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs, Dr. Amy Brown, speaking at a Ministry of National Security news conference on Tuesday.
We have provided financial support as well as human resources to CARICOM's good offices efforts, to the Eminent Persons Group, and to the other diplomatic foundation that has been laid in preparation for the multinational force.
Minister Brown reiterated, however, that the country is still not in a position to provide physical support.
The Prime Minister has made it very clear, and that is the current position of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, that we are not in a position to contribute military forces, police officers, or boots on the ground at this stage to that particular effort. So that position is maintained.
St. Lucia has recorded its lowest fourth quarter unemployment at 13.6% at the end of 2023. We have more in this report.
Unemployment in St. Lucia fell to a record low nationally in 2023 under the leadership of Prime Minister Philip G. Pierre. So says the government. The administration says it was one of the best years for job creation on the island in 16 years. The quarterly unemployment rate improved consistently compared to 2022. In the fourth quarter, unemployment was 13.6%, down from 14.3% a year earlier. Prime Minister Pierre's policies are being credited with stimulating economic activity and connecting St. Lucians with new job opportunities. The Office of the Prime Minister, citing statistical data, reports that the unemployment rate has declined every year since he took office in July 2021. Several major foreign investment projects broke ground last year, including a new cruise port, multiple hotel and resort developments, and residential projects. The government also invested heavily in supporting small businesses, youth entrepreneurship, and providing training. The Prime Minister's office says the job is not done, and his administration will continue implementing policies to attract investment, create wealth, and drive unemployment into single digits. Gina Filippi, HDS News Force.
In sports, Jamaica's World Championship mile relay silver medalist Tiffany James Rose has been slapped with a 2-year ban for an anti-doping rule violation. The verdict was published by the Athletics Integrity Unit on Tuesday. She explained to the press that the ban was due to her testing whereabouts not being updated in a timely manner, resulting in missing drug tests. Quizzed as to whether she intended to appeal the ban, which will rule her out of the Paris Olympics and next summer's World Championships in Tokyo, Japan, James Rose said, quote, "No, I won't be. And as it relates to returning to competitive track and field after my ban, I'm still not sure, but time will tell," end quote. Just days to go before the start of the most anticipated T20 World Cup in history, the local organizing committee of Trinidad and Tobago took time to provide an update on the progress of their planning.
Representatives from the International Cricket Council, Cricket West Indies, the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board, as well as several government agencies gathered at the Queen's Park Oval's President's Box to provide an update on the 20-team ICC T20 World Cup 2024. President of the TTCB, CWI's Vice President and co-chair of the local organizing committee, Azim Basarath, says that all is falling into place for the mega event.
I think Trinidad and Tobago is at the best place at this time to really put things in place to ensure that we have a very smooth tournament here in Trinidad, whatever that we will be played. And, I look forward to the support of everybody from our Cricket West Indies standpoint, that every one of us is going to join hands in ensuring that we host a very successful leg of the tournament here in Trinidad and Tobago.
UESPEC in St. Augustine and the Diego Martin Sporting Complex will be practice venues for the expected 10 teams that will arrive for warm-up preparations, while the Queen's Park Oval in Port of Spain will be the venue for the official warm-up matches. The Brian Lara Cricket Academy will host 4 group games along with semi-final 1 on Wednesday 26 June 2024. Speaking on behalf of the Minister of Sport and Community Development, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Sport and Community Development David Roberts reaffirmed the government's commitment to the success of the tournament while expressing gratitude for the work done thus far.
Ladies and gentlemen, the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, through the Ministry of Sport and Community Development and the Sports Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, stands firmly committed to ensuring that the Trinidad and Tobago leg of this year's ICC T20 tournament exceeds all expectations. We are dedicated to creating an unparalleled fan experience that will resonate in the hearts and minds of all who participate, both on and off the field of play. Trinidad and Tobago eagerly anticipates welcoming athletes, officials, and fans from around the globe, ready to envelop them in our vibrant culture and joyous spirit. This is a golden opportunity to display our beauty and the extraordinary talent set to take the field, as 20 of the world's elite teams clash in a thrilling contest for the coveted ICC Men's T20 World Cup trophy. The islands are set to come alive with the spectacle of international sportsmanship and the unforgettable performances that will define this grand event.
The first game in TNT will see the West Indies clash with New Zealand on Wednesday, June 12, 2024 at 8:30 p.m.
Trinidad and Tobago was among the medals at the 46th CRIFTA Games in the 4x100 relays on the tracks of the Kirani James Athletic Stadium in Grenada.
Off they go. The action got going in the girls on the 17th 4x1 relay, where the quartet of Janaya McLaren, Zia Tobias, Makila Cupid, and Tiana Richardson lined up for their shot at precious metal. At the end of a strong run on the final leg, the team earned their country bronze in a time of 47.49 seconds. Jamaica took gold in 45.36 seconds, and Bahamas silver in 46.28 seconds.
Shannon Blake is it on anchor. The Bahamas coming forward with Thomas. They will be second. Jamaica with the gold medal. Bahamas silver. And Trinidad and Tobago with a bombastic bronze. Off they go.
The boys on the 17 team of Cameron Nathaniel Powell, Hakeem Chinapu, Sheen Cameo, and Caden Herbert then faced the starters next, and they earned the silver in a time of 41.53 seconds. Once again, the Jamaicans took top spot in 41.30 seconds, and completing the top 3 was the Bahamas in 42.30 seconds.
Here comes the final change. Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. Malik Nugent, the 100 bronze medalist, chases and comes away now. It will be Jamaica's gold.
Cleanly away this time for the forward. The under-20 ladies team of Symphony Patrick, Sana Frederick, Sole Frederick, and Alexi Henry were up next in the penultimate 4x1 race. They put in an excellent performance to earn silver in 44.43 seconds. Jamaica would claim gold in 43.63 seconds, with the Bahamas third in 45.40 seconds.
Ahead of TNT. Down the home stretch they come. Trinidad and Tobago trying to close, but the Jamaicans pull away through Shanoya Douglas. 43.61. Sent off.
By the time the under-20 boys took to the track, the Jamaicans were eyeing a sweep of the 4x1 relays. Team Trinidad and Tobago's quartet of Che Wickham, Michael Bayer, Hakeem Chinapu, and Dylan Woodruff had other ideas, as they silenced their rivals, taking top spot in 40.45 seconds, bringing the stadium to its feet with an amazing performance and a gold medal for their country. Jamaica had to settle for second in 40.55 seconds, and the host nation, Grenada, took third in 40.71 seconds.
The Trinidadians tried to defeat the Jamaicans, the upset created. The Jamaicans denied the sweep by Trinidad and Tobago.
An amazing run by the quartet. Kent Fuentes, TTT Sports.
And that's it for the news on PBCJ. You can follow us on our social media platforms at PBCJamaica. Thanks for watching.